Come with us on the highlands of Montego Bay to a property that serves as its own art form. This multifamily villa, covering over 9,000 square feet, boasts 5 bedrooms, 7 full bathrooms, spectacular views, and exquisite designs. Welcome to the listing. I'm Anjell. Rightfully named Casa Bella, which translates to the beautiful home, this stunning estate promises us a royal experience. First impressions create a lasting impact, and the architect for this home spared no effort in creating an extraordinary entrance. This doorway is unmissable. It captures our attention and creates the experience we expect here at Casa Bella. The graceful wooden arch frames create an inviting semicircle for us to enter this home. Inside, we are greeted by warm tones that we would expect coming from that wooden earthy entry door. Let's explore the ground floor. The first thing you'll notice in this den is the easy open layout. The stylish L-shaped sofa in a natural cream tone is not just a piece of furniture. It's a statement of style and comfort. The dark wood frame complements the overall color scheme, and anchoring the seating area is a striking dark wood coffee table. The low profile and clean lines epitomize contemporary design. Large format light colored tiles make the room feel more spacious and also provide a beautiful contrast to the darker furniture pieces. Already we can tell that a core intention of the owners of this home is togetherness. And what brings people together better than food? Here in this open concept area, we have the dining room, which makes a statement all of its own. And speaking of food and togetherness, for today, I have a friend who is the perfect complement. Hi!
Angel, it's such a pleasure.
It is my pleasure. Now let me introduce you to Oji Jaja, executive culinary artist who's graced the world's famous kitchens and delighted the palates of distinguished guests, including former First Lady of the US, Michelle Obama. Tell me, what was that like?
Why, it was a very interesting experience. Really never got the opportunity to interact as much as you want to, of course, because of security reasons, but
yes,
definitely a rich one.
And I'm sure she was impressed.
Well, it would have seemed like it.
You've been into many dining areas. Are you impressed though by this dining space?
I think the space is set up for entertaining.
Yes.
And just the way how the space is open and the natural feel of the space.
You know what's really natural? The atrium.
Yes. This is very, very nice. I can imagine entertaining out here. You're listening to the rain falling on the rocks out here.
The serenity.
Yeah, man, it would have nice.
I feel like this is also a great space to let light flow through the home.
Yes.
It brings the outside in. You can feel the breeze. It'll be a great spot to meditate.
Definitely.
And
yeah.
I hear that you're big on meditation.
Yeah, man. I try to meditate at least twice a day. Sometime, well, definitely in the morning as soon as I wake up. But, I try to recenter myself as well in the middle of the day because, they kind of get stressful sometimes.
Yeah, it does get hot in the kitchen.
Definitely, yes.
As you say, meditation and anchoring yourself, I feel like also this earth tone tile really does anchor the room. It feels connected to the outdoors as well. And
Yes.
a great continuity for this space.
Absolutely.
Oji, What I love about this living room is how open it is.
I love it as well. Like, it just makes for a very nice open air space.
Yes, and just as we were entertaining in the kitchen, this also brings togetherness from the kitchen to the dining room to your living room.
Absolutely. Like, this would be a really nice place to actually start the whole entertaining and then leading persons into the dining room.
So what's your style in terms of colors? What would be a great color palette for your living space?
Anjell, you know, I really like, what you call it, earth tones. And
Yes.
then I love really light contrasts, you know. And then if we're supposed to add some color in there, it would probably be more along the lines of like a burnt orange or like a tangerine.
Yes, I realize that pop of color really does work. And I also want to mention this coffee table. Now it's quite interesting because it's really low. I feel like it anchors the space. What do you think?
You know, I personally would prefer it a little bit higher because I think that might be a little bit more functional. But yeah, it works.
I actually don't want you putting your glasses on my coffee table because it's mahogany, Jamaican mahogany, and I want to preserve that.
So what about if I gave you like a really nice coaster for you to put it?
I love that. I love that. I'll take that gift. You spoke about food being medicine. I want to talk about how you incorporate that into your culinary artistry.
All right, well, I always think about the application that we use with all the ingredients. The ingredients have to be fresh, one. We try not to utilize things that have been pre-processed. If there's any processing that's going to happen, we have to be able to do that within the kitchen. We like to utilize fresh herbs, fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, anything that's in season. And once it's in season, it's always going to be at its peak.
I love that. I could learn a thing or two from you about cooking.
And I could learn a thing or two about just decor in general.
Now, I'm going to join Chef Oji in a few minutes for our meal, but there are so many other personal sanctuaries in this space, and Casabella has so much to offer. Boy, I don't know how you talking. I'm not getting into this now.
Listen.
This is so good. Living the high life in the highlands of Montego Bay, our tour of Casabella is already mesmerizing, and we've only just begun. Moving on to the covered pool terrace, which continues to embrace the unique blend of modern tropical and Afro-boho influences. With these white, exposed beam ceilings, it does bring airy and breezy feel into this space, especially perfect for warm evenings. There are also multiple seating areas such as this dining set, which continues to bring out that wooden, earthy theme that we've seen all throughout this home. Now, I can't wait to show you the pool, but you'll get to see that in just a moment. Today's touring has worked up quite an appetite, and Chef Oji did promise me a masterpiece of a meal, and I can't wait to dig in. Hi, Chef Oji.
Hey, how you doing, Anjell?
Oh, this looks delicious. Just what do you have ready for me today?
All right, so we are doing a rice bowl, right? So it's a salmon rice bowl. We've done some blackened salmon fillet, a little bit of sushi rice, which has been seasoned with sushi rice that's been seasoned with mirin and some ginger and garlic. We have some avocados and a Scotch bonnet mayonnaise, which is gonna make a really, really nice dish.
Now, boy, chef, let me tell you, I'm not really the keenest person in the kitchen, but I love to get involved. So give me the easy, simple way to make this even better.
All right, so you know what you're going to do for me?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you to put
Real easy.
Yeah, man, real easy.
Okay.
You got one tomato on top of each piece of salmon.
Does it have to like balance or anything like that?
No, you just need to make sure so it don't fall off.
Perfect. And what inspired this dish?
Well, it's a really warm evening. It's quite steamy. I mean, we're right by the ocean, so this is actually more of a salad.
Yes.
Not very hot, but very in keeping with the
surroundings,
temperatures
just
right
like
now. Yes.
enjoying nature. Love that. What's that? That's gorgeous.
This is radish.
That's
So
radish.
shaved radish that we're adding to the dish to, well, a couple of things. It adds brightness. It's also fresh.
And what flavor does it bring?
It's kind of slightly spicy, slightly sweet, very,
love that.
yeah, you're gonna love it. All right, and I'm just gonna top these with a little bit of fresh scallion curls. And that's also gonna add some brightness to the dish.
I can't wait to dig in. Let's go.
Oh, please. So this is for you.
Oh, thank you. So if I were to make this at home, right? Walk me through the process.
All right, so this is actually really, really easy.
You're gonna talk, but this looks so
Yeah?
good.
No,
I'm gonna
please,
dig in.
Go ahead. So it's a really, really simple process. A couple of things. We've used a Chevre's blackening spice on the salmon, and that's the only thing that it needed.
Wow.
Right?
That's so good.
Yeah. And then the rice, it's just sushi rice that we cooked. And then afterwards, we reduced a little bit of mirin with a little bit of sugar, some garlic and ginger. And when that became a syrup, we allowed the rice to cool, and then we mixed that in. And then, of course, we have some avocados here because avocados are in season. Cucumbers are also in season, and Scotch bonnet has to go into everything.
I think that just gives it a pop of flavor. Now, when you stepped out here, what was your first impression of this view?
Listen, any view by the ocean is amazing, and we are right on top of it. You're sitting down on the pool deck and you're looking out at the ocean. You're upstairs in one of the rooms. One of the first things that you wake up to is the ocean. You can't get no better than this.
It's stunning. I also love the opportunity for multiple seating areas because we had circular dining tables, we have lounge seating, but this bench is really making a statement.
It is. It is. I love large tables. It's very trendy, for want of a better word.
I think it's comfortable. It makes it so easy to entertain and to have conversation.
Absolutely.
We're all seated around a nice table, and the focal point of this is the conversation.
Yes.
And of course,
the
the
company.
meal.
Well.
Boy, I don't know how you're talking. I'm not getting into this now, but
Listen.
this is so good. What inspired you to go into culinary artistry?
You know, I've always loved cooking from I was a child. From about 6, my mother had me cooking for the family. So every Saturday we would end up getting together as a family, and we'd have different chores. I would always hope that I got to cook.
Oh,
because I don't
lovely.
like washing dishes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give you some insight, right? It's the total opposite. For me, I grew up doing other chores. I actually enjoy washing dishes, but cooking is not my thing, chef.
I'll clean the bathroom. Occasionally I'll clean my room.
Occasionally.
Don't give me dishes to wash.
All right, let's dig in.
Right.
Another bedroom to put the sweet in sweet dreams. After some fine dining and good conversation, thanks to Chef Jaja, the tour of this remarkable villa continues. Now, every room has its own character, its own vibe, and tells a story here at Casabella. And I can't wait to show you the next one. It continues to be impressive how this home marries functionality and refinement, and we see it in the grandeur of this ground floor primary bedroom. The earthy elements and the refined traditional vibe continues with this set. The statement headboard with a wooden print really gives ideas of the grains that you get from the trees outside. The matching side tables also give you that earth feel with obviously an opportunity for storage. And to make this a little piece of home, I see candles, a journal, or a book just by your bedside to complete your nighttime routine. And these matching side lamps not just give ambient lighting, but it gives a visual interest with its beautiful design. The cozy bedding also makes this an awesome retreat after a long day. Now come with me because there is so much to see in this primary ensuite. But you're gonna have to wait because that's a bit of a surprise. This wooden armoire gives a nod to the Eurocentric vibe of Casabella, and there's also a sitting area just across from me that's wicker inspired and the lush cushions in white that brings this space together. Now the rust curtains does give you some hiding from the sun and some privacy, but it also creates a cozy, warm feeling in this home. The tiles that mimic earth tones that we've seen all throughout this house also grounds the space, and the beautiful rug pulls it together perfectly. The primary ensuite is expansive and enveloped in dark slate-like tiles that run from floor to ceiling, giving the bathroom a dramatic, high-end feel. The deep brown and charcoal shades enhance the regal, earthy vibe we've seen throughout the property, maintaining a cohesive flow. The solid wood door adds warmth and texture. There's also the striken woven ambient lighting, which creates warmth and a cozy feeling in this home. The rich wooden railing invites us upstairs, and as we go, we also see the woven baskets along the wall, giving artisanal charm and texture to this space. The upper level landing of the villa seamlessly connects all the rooms on this floor, offering both a practical and visually striking space. The layout is open, allowing light to flow freely through the space from the central skylight. The corridors are a celebration of Jamaican culture and history, with framed vintage posters on the walls, paying homage to a classic era of Jamaican tourism, capturing the island's spirit and the vibrancy of its people and places. Another bedroom to put the sweet in sweet dreams. Imagine forgetting the day's troubles by walking into this bedroom at the end of the day, where you experience just the grandeur and space that it offers. Let's start with the focal point of this headboard, striken wooden frame that creates a focal point for this room. And we move along to the cozy bedding with its quilted pattern that brings warmth and comfort and visual interest. Now the vibrance of the community is brought out in the painting, and we see colors reminiscent of Jamaica's culture and scenery all throughout this home. The art enthusiast would be inspired from the details in this space. Now this bedroom also has an ensuite which is beautifully decked in wood and has all the trimmings and amenities for a spa-like home experience. And again, the interesting wooden arts does create visual interest as we spend time in this room. It is framed by large windows that bring sunlight or moonlight in, depending on the mood that you're having, and a seating area encapsulating the relaxation one would want at the end of the day. Whether it's to journal, meditate, or just spend time talking to your loved ones, it creates an ambiance in this room. Now, every bedroom has its own character and unique style, and I'm sure creating an experience of relaxation and rest. Each bedroom also has an ensuite and a closet, making sure that all your needs are taken care of. From the upper level opening, the wooden railing you see leads out to a balcony, extending your living space into the great outdoors. It's the perfect spot for al fresco dining or simply breathing in that invigorating sea breeze. You are greeted by nothing less than a spectacular view with a vaulted ceiling with exposed beams continuing the ceiling theme throughout. The pool area exudes a blend of tranquility and charm. The elevated circular jacuzzi is a standout feature, connected to the main pool but set apart as a luxurious space for more intimate relaxation, creating a space that feels both inviting and opulent. The deep brown color of the pergolas contrasts the lighter tones of the surrounding tiles and pool area, creating a dramatic luxe effect. Casabella embodies integration. It is the perfect example of elevating the traditional and making it feel renewed. Thank you for joining me on this adventure in the Highlands. This is The Listing. I'm Anjell.